Yes, sir, baby. On the Radar Radio, yo, special guest in the building. It's an honor to have him here, G Herbo, in the motherfucking building. My guy.
For sure.
Welcome to the show.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me, bro.
Man, they got you running around New York City like a madman.
Yeah, man. Every time, bro, it's been like this since, like, man, when I first started doing press in New York, bro, like, when was that? 2017, bro? I knew from then on, like, man, when it's time to, like, do press and you about to drop an album, bro, you come to New York, you're not gonna get no sleep. Like, I don't get no sleep when I do this shit, bro. Crazy. But it be all worth it, though.
But you spent a lot of time out here too, cause like even the video you did with Boogie, that was out here too.
Yeah, hell yeah.
How long ago did y'all film that?
You said what?
How long ago y'all filmed that?
How long ago was that? Probably about like 2.5 months ago. Yeah, about 2 months ago for sure.
That was a vid that your son was getting sturdy at, right?
Yeah, when he was getting sturdy in the park and shit, that shit went viral.
Your son be listening to artists right here?
Yeah, hell yeah. He listen, man. He just listen to all types of music, bro. My son be on his iPad all day on YouTube, just listening to music. He love music for real.
Do he be putting you on?
Nah, not for real though. I just be surprised at the shit that he actually listening to. Like, I'd be surprised. I just go pick him up and he'll have some like Roddy Ricch or a Kodak on or some shit. I'd be like, man, how you even know this song? Like, you know, he only 4.
I was gonna say, like, what has been the most surprising artist that you ever popped in on your son listening to?
Kodak. He was listening to Super Gremlin. I'm like, shit was crazy. He knew the words though. Like, knew the lyrics. Shit was tripping me out.
It's weird seeing like little kids with like the tablets and being able to like listen to music like that.
And it hit different for me too, cause I'm a rapper. So it's like he know all my songs too, but I think that's just cause he just be want to listen to it. Like, all right, better let me hear my dad. But he be listening to all different music. You feel me? That shit be tripping me out.
For a second, it sounded like you was a little upset that he'd be listening to you like that.
No, hell no. Like
damn, why'd you listen to my project?
Nah, he listen to my music all the time. That's what I'm saying. Like, when I ask him what he want to listen to, he gonna say me because he with me. You feel what I'm saying? So I be trying to see what he listen to on his own time. Yeah.
And it'd be like Kodak and Roddy.
Yeah, hell yeah. He be listening.
Y'all want to open that door? I think that's one of y'all's. Yeah. But I love that. That's cool that he kind of has that.
He
also
be doing TikToks and shit, so he be listening to like B Love and shit, like New York artists. You feel me? Like, he listen to all different shit. Like, he be literally making his own TikTok dances and shit. Shit be tripping me out.
Speaking of like Beloved, like for you, do you realize like the impact that like you have out here with a lot of the younger artists too? Has that hit you yet?
Yeah, hell yeah. For shit, since the beginning, you know, that's why I just show love, bro. I embrace it. Like, early on when drill became like a super big wave in New York, and people would like hit me up like, yeah, you don't see it. I'm like, I liked it. I supported it from the beginning. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, hell yeah, I see it.
Yeah, because I mean, obviously, besides like the people who I have who come here from Chicago, I remember because I did B-Love, K-Flock, and Dougie B's first interview, and I remember in that interview they all said you. You know what I'm saying? They're all like G Herbo, G Herbo, G Herbo.
That's crazy. I remember my first run-in, my first time like meeting them in person. We was at the what's the fuck is the name of that clothing store? 375.
The showroom.
Yeah. It was. I think it was all 3 of them. I think it was Dougie, K-Flock, and it was B-Love that time, right? All 3 of them walked in there. They came in, it was like probably like 5, 6 of them, some shit like that. And they just came in like ski masks and stuff. I'm looking like, who the fuck is these young niggas? You feel what I'm saying? But I like their energy though, you feel me? Like, I'm just in there chilling. I'm looking, you know, because I ain't know who they was. They all had on ski masks and shit like this. I'm like, what the fuck these niggas is coming in? They like, then I'm like, I seen them. And then I was with my man's from the Bronx too, so he know them and shit. And then when we introduced ourselves, it just been like cool from there. I wound up doing a song with K-Flock like right after, and then me and B-Love did a shit. I just like their energy, like how they, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, these young niggas, they on something.
Yeah, because like even, I'm pretty sure that you gave both of them like their first like out of town feature, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know.
So I think I think that that's pretty cool too, because I feel like getting to do it, even for them, I'm sure they probably played it cool when they was with you and whatnot, but like I feel like even for them, like just being able to, you know, get with someone that they looked up to, like yourself, I think
that's what it's about, bro. I think in music in general, or just anything you doing, like if niggas fuck with you, you feel me, or if you like somebody that's older or a pioneer, anything, you supposed to always fuck with anybody coming after you, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I think, you feel me? Like, I fuck with them, you feel me?
Yeah. And it's crazy kind of seeing, since you were just talking about like, you know, the New York drill stuff, like it's crazy seeing like how like drill has now kind of reached every part of the world now. I've had that conversation a lot with like a lot of people from the UK, but even before you came here, we was just chopping up about like there's like Ghanaian drill, there's like French drill, Italian drill, Australian
all over,
drill.
Bro, for sure. I definitely like Ghana drill. I was on that like when it kind of hit and shit. Shit be tripping me out, bro. It's just like the culture shit. Niggas be having the culture for real.
I didn't even know there was I think it was Calvin Boy. He's a Ghanaian like Afrobeat artist. He's the one who put me on the Ghana drill. I was like, I didn't even know that this was even a
that
thing.
shit is a thing everywhere, like all over, like Australia, all through the like everywhere. Shit be crazy.
Is it weird for you kind of thinking about like, 10 years ago and like what was going on 10 years ago and the music that y'all was creating back then, obviously leading up to now too, has not only had an impact on the United States and like the music out here and artists out here, but like also like in Italy. Like I haven't gotten to talk to any of these guys from out there, but I'm sure if you ask them, your name will pop up in a lot of those convos as well.
Probably so, man. But shit, I mean, it's surprising to me because we didn't think it was gonna even get this big. You feel what I'm saying? Like personally, like on a personal level, we probably thought as artists we might blow up, but just in like general, this whole genre of music was gonna turn into a big thing. Yeah. I didn't see it,
and it's crazy now because like I think about like how the UK, like they got the censorship there with their UK music, or like in New York, you think of like 2019 at Rolling Loud when we didn't have like pop in them, they weren't allowed to perform because of the music that they were making. So it's crazy to think how it all started there, and then now you go to here where it's become like obviously the music is still the music, but now it becomes like a political thing beyond just the artist. It becomes like a bigger thing too.
Yeah, I think that just comes from people not understanding, and we not understanding how much of the culture we have and how important we are to it. So it's like it's leading by example too. You know what I'm saying? Like we just trying to be free as artists. Like you feel me? I don't really agree with stuff like that when it comes to like boycotting artists and banning artists from shows and having like censorship and shit like that. Because at the end of the day, as artists, I just feel like we should all be free. I was just having a conversation with my mans about this, like when we was just at dinner right before we got here, and that's just because like I don't blame the music for why they try to say like shit be violent or certain things happen. It's not the music, it's just the leadership. You feel what I'm saying? Like anything, it's not drill music, it's not hip hop music, rap music. You know what I'm saying? Like people got influence in anything they do. So I think it's just about leading the right way and helping the younger generation understand like, nah, we ain't on that, we on this. You feel what I'm saying? Because you gotta think about it, I'm 26 years old. When I first started rapping and doing music and I came out in the drill era, shit, I was 16, 17, I was young, I was a kid. I was supposed to make mistakes. I was supposed to be wild. This the shit that I was living. I'm in the middle of my neighborhood. My environment was nothing but chaos. So what did you think that, you know what I'm saying, we were going to rap about, you feel me? But at the end of the day, as I matured and I grew, so people probably don't think that I think this way now, you feel me? They so used to me thinking a certain way. So that's why I do try to embrace like the younger, artists and shit under me and just try to show love and just show them like, man, as you grow and do this shit, you got to get better. You feel what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with making mistakes. You're going to make mistakes in the industry. And people was allowed to make mistakes before us. You feel what I'm saying? The Wayne's, Jay-Z, not like people that went through their own controversy and, trials and tribulations and overcame that shit. So you got to give us the same leeway too as young artists. You got to allow us to make mistakes and grow and learn from them. You can't just judge us right then like he did this, he a bad person. Don't fuck with this artist because he hang with these people, he do that. You know what I'm saying? You got to let us be free and you got to let us learn and you got to let us want to do positive shit. You know what I'm saying? Because if we not getting positive energy back from the people we doing this shit for, we want to get recognition. We want the industry and these shows, these big festivals and shit to fuck with us. You feel me? Because we really using it to change our life. So when we don't get that back, I feel it's like it's not showing people that it's hope for them to want to grow, you know what I'm saying, in this industry, That's just my opinion.
No, and I think that's a great way to look at it too, because when I had like Shoebox here, right, we were talking a little bit about him before, and even like a lot of the young guys from Chicago who I feel like you've touched like as an artist in terms of like showing them love.
Yeah.
I feel like they come in here and they also have like a very more mature mindset, and I feel like that is also in part of because of like you said the leadership. Because you know what I'm saying? Because I'm sure, like they said, they're young. So I'm sure that they make mistakes. But I feel like having
I still make mistakes.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm 26 too. I still make mistakes every single day.
Exactly.
But I feel like you being able to be there for them and like, I don't know what advice you give them and, that's between you and them. But even like when they come here and they talk about it, like to me, it just, you see it. And not every, and unfortunately, not every artist out there has that type of guidance, from someone like you, someone who's been in the game. But just by you kind of being there for them and kind of guiding them, even like, you know, just pushing them in the right direction, even if it's just by like an inch, like
Yeah.
that probably makes the difference in their lives too.
Anything, the smallest difference. Like, that's why I am the way I am. You know, I won't, like, even if I don't know you on a personal level, like, I ain't really afraid to let people know the mistakes that I made in the industry or just in life, because it's like, shit, what I'm doing it for if I ain't gonna make nobody else better, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be like, oh, Herb is hands down the hardest, you know what I'm saying, nigga to come out the rack, or the cool, you know, the on a leadership role or rap or street, nothing. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I just want to be me and the best version of myself and show niggas that so they could be better than me. I don't got no ego. I don't care about a nigga coming up under me and reaching heights higher than I did, because shit, I really did something wrong if I didn't do, if a nigga can't come from under me or learn from me and want to be better than me. I did something wrong because I played a leadership role in this shit. You feel what I'm saying? So when it come to like anybody from Chicago, I try to just fuck with them any way I can. You know, whether it's a song, whether it's just pulling up, getting to know each other. You know what I'm saying? It's just any type of guidance, either any leadership. Like, it's all type of artists that just then call me for like certain shit, like with deals and all. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not gonna tell you what, you feel me, like what I think you should do. I'm gonna just tell you what I know and make you gonna make a decision based off that. You feel what I'm saying? I think that's like proper leadership.
Yeah. Or like you brought like DCG out on a tour, on a show?
Yeah, them my little brothers. I just
Yeah.
brought them out again in Chicago. Well, I just brought B-Sav out in Chicago. I just had a show. What was that, Friday? This Friday that just passed, or Saturday or some shit like that. And I brought them out. I brought all of them out. I brought Fast Money, and I brought my little cousin out, Lil Wet. I brought WAP out. I brought B-Sav. Like, any artist that I could fuck with, embrace, I'm gonna bring him out. You feel me? I hit Nook up. Nook was in New York, you know. So I just be trying to show love, bro.
Yeah, there was like a picture, I think, on Fast Money Instagram of like all of y'all together. It was from like a month or two ago. But
Yeah.
I told him when we did our interview, I told him that I really loved that, because for the same reason that we're just talking about right now.
Yeah, that should be big. It means something for the city, for them to see us united, you know, because a nigga see us shouting each other up on the gram or something, you know, maybe they'll see us in the studio together, but all Chicago artists on stage at one time in Chicago, that's a big look, you know, and once you do that, it's gonna make other niggas want to do it, like, you feel what I'm saying? So that's all I be trying to do.
Nah, word. Hoping to get more of that out here too. I feel like that's like the one thing that we just need, is just a little bit of that. And like
Hell
someone
yeah.
like Fabio is
We'll
definitely
be
doing
stronger together, like all like Chicago, New York, you know. Only people I really see do that is Atlanta, for real.
Yeah.
And LA artists to a certain extent, but Atlanta really.
And I feel like we've been saying the same thing about Atlanta for like 5-6 years now. Yeah,
forever. But it's
Yeah.
been like that for over a decade. Atlanta artists been fucking with each other and sticking together. You know what I'm saying? That's why Atlanta is really like the mecca of like successful hip hop. What I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Not just hip hop, like, you know, raw. It's cities that got their own shit, like, in the culture that make them stand out. But what I see that stand out about Atlanta is just the unity and the success that come from it. It ain't just niggas sticking together. Niggas really helping niggas get on. So now it's 15, 20 niggas that's multi-millionaires that fuck with each other and hang with each other, and they bringing more under that, you know what I'm saying? And that's the shit that's like stick out to me, you know. And I think we could do that anywhere if you really pay attention and follow the blueprint and do it, you know.
Right. And get some of the young guys to put some of the young mentalities behind them and just
Yeah,
grow up a
you
little
know.
bit with it.
When it's about some money, all that young shit, all that dumb shit really go out the window, and I learned that. But it gotta be about money. The money gotta come. You gotta see that shit generating. Like, I done seen it with my own two eyes. No matter what or how your mindset is, like, my mindset was dead on a certain way. As soon as I got some money for real, I stopped thinking like that. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That's just the way it should go.
Yeah. I always tell people it's better to work together and make some bread together than be apart.
Hell yeah.
Some shit get in the way.
For sure.
The day that we're recording this, the track list for the album came out.
Yeah.
Literally like a couple hours ago.
Yeah, earlier today. Hell yeah.
And you announced that half the album's dropping on Friday. The other half is dropping
on Monday.
So I want to get into the Survivor side, right? Because even if you look at the track, like what I like that you obviously I haven't heard the album yet, but what I like that you did is like even like the track list, like the names on the track list is like it really does kind of give like the Survivor side.
Yeah.
Versus, you know, the other
Remorse
side.
I put a lot into it, man. It's like every little detail, you know, the names, the listing, the way the songs go into each other, you know.
Right.
So yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah, I heard well, one thing I heard the You and Future, there's like a story behind that record, right?
Yeah, hell yeah. You know, that's me and Pluto first time doing a song together, like working together. But we already had like established the relationship, like, you know what I'm saying? way prior to that ain't really had too much to do with music. So we was just vibing in the studio, and I seen how he worked. Like I be really like, if I come around, I don't really do shit but try to pay attention and learn something, especially when I'm around people like that, like Pluto, Drake, like anybody that I looked up to, you feel what I'm saying? I gotta just pay attention to how you move, you know what I'm saying, and see what I can learn from that. But he was just in there in the studio, I'm just watching him record and seeing how he vibe. And him and Thug, the only two like artists, like big artists that I worked with, that while they recording, they doing them, and we just in that vibe and chilling. Like they'll be done and be like, "All right, bet you want to jump on this? This shit open for you." You feel what I'm saying? Like them the only two people that ever really did that.
Right. And I love that you were able to get Thug on the project too, because I know it's kind of tough with everything going on with like, just kind of getting records out and things like that. So I think it was cool that you guys were able to have this record on the project also.
Yeah, yeah. But now it's like me and Pluto, we already got a rhythm. We got more shit. Like the gunpowder shit that he had, like put the snippet on his page. Everybody thought that record was going on my album, but we had already had this in the cut that was shot and everything. Yeah, so now like we working now. We gonna have all types of shit.
Word. So let's break down each side, right? So Survivor side. Why did you want to break this down into these two parts, and what does each side mean to you?
Survivor side, the Survivor side to me, like all in all, is me realizing, like, you really take that time and you sit back after everything said and done in your life, you'd be like, damn, shit different for me. Like, I really made it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the Survivor side. It's me being humble and just celebrating life and the fact that I really turned that into this. You know what I'm saying? Where I come from. And by that, I mean me being from 79th and Essex. You know what I'm saying? The heart of one of the most dangerous areas in Chicago, and going through so much and overcoming it and turning me just rapping, freestyling on a cell phone, bullshitting, really not giving a fuck about rap at all, or not giving a fuck about making it further than my block. I had aspirations, but I was just all in, and that was me. You know what I'm saying? So to be able to be that 16, 15-year-old kid and then be sitting on this couch talking to you the way I'm talking to you and be here, it's like nothing but evolution. That's the Survivor side. And the Remorse side is understand everything that it took me to get here and everything that I lost along the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's still to this day I'm going through this trauma. Still to this day why I just explained all of this to you. Like, I made it. I got so much in my life to be happy and be grateful for and to celebrate. And then I got so much that make me not want to celebrate. And sometimes I wake up and I'm just stressed out. I'm sad, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really go through shit. And that's the Remorse side of me just being a human being. I'm a man, I'm a father, I'm a lot of things. So it's like me just being an artist. People think that's just one thing. They think G Herbo is only G Herbo. They don't think that I'm Herbert Wright. They don't think that I'm your son father, I'm S's father, I'm Emmy father. That I gotta be a son to my mother and a son to my father, a big brother to my sister. Like, all of these things, I gotta be a businessman. And the remorse that come from that is knowing, like, I'm walking my little brother picture on my back. My little brother got killed in January. That's something that's gonna always bother me. Everything I'm doing, I don't give a fuck what I'm doing. However big I get, any goals, any milestones I achieve in life, I'ma always think like, damn, this shit really don't even, I can't enjoy it for real, because the people that I want to enjoy it with will never be here to enjoy it with me, and that's the Remorse side of the album, and that's all me. That's me being true to myself. So that's the A and B side. That's me giving you two different worlds that's all the same world that I have to conjoin as one, because I can't separate the two. You know what I'm saying? I just gotta embrace everything in my life, and that's what that is.
Right, like even I'm looking at the first track on the Remorse side, Sleepless Nights, and that kind of goes into what you were just talking about.
Right.
Like, and I think that from like even a listener's perspective, like sometimes like fans forget that you go through shit.
You go through
as much
shit.
as you try to remind them too. You know what I'm saying?
You try to remind them being vulnerable, but they got it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people say this, like, oh, I'm going through this, I'm going through that, I'm fighting demons or whatever the fuck the case may be, but how do you deal with it? You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's like the example that you gave. Like, for the B side, Sleepless Nights, and then you got on the A side intro, you got Fuck With Me. Them two different herbs. Like, Fuck With Me is me. I'm a humble dude, but I'm being cocky. I'm letting it be known that I'm really that nigga. Like, niggas can't fuck with me. That's what that intro is. But then it's like, shit, you don't even know what I really got to go through behind the scenes. I'm having sleepless nights behind this shit, trying to function and be great on a day-to-day basis. You don't know how hard that is, battling with the two. You trying to be great, and it's everything else pulling you away from that. So it's like a constant battle. But I'm winning, you know what I'm saying? I'm winning at this fight, and I'm going to keep winning because I'm going to keep fighting, and I know the fight that I'm up against. So when you talk about that type of shit, it help people understand, and it help people like, damn, I'm in this same constant fight he in. Like, let me just approach life the way he approaching it, you know what I'm saying, in my own way, and it's going to help you be better at your own journey, you feel what I'm saying? That's why that shit important to me, bro. That's why I talk about it the way I talk about it, and I could explain it to a T so it could make more sense for people that's on the outside looking in.
Right, and I like how you're giving people a couple days in between. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You gotta like digest it for real.
Like you give them the weekend for the turn up side,
exactly,
and then you give them the week for
exactly. And then when it's all in together, you're gonna be able to literally like when it's all conjoined, you're gonna be able to listen it all the way through and understand exactly what I'm talking about, exactly what I mean and why I did it this way.
Right, and obviously you're closing out the album with Letter to Juice too. Letter to Juice.
Yeah, my little brother, man. Long live little bro. That's a special record that just came natural. I was in the studio, and the beat came on. I'm like, I don't know. I always say, I done said this shit a million times. I never get in the studio and be like, I need this kind of record. Or, you know, like, still to this day, like, even when I'm in a mix of, like, the process of my album and shit, you know how people do, like, the whiteboards?
Yeah.
I never really did that for real. Like, I just go in and just be creative, you know? So the Letter to Juice Wrld songs, just me being vulnerable, just talking about, you know, how I miss my little brother and what it do to me on the daily, what he mean to me, and, you know, not really opening up about that shit, you feel what I'm saying? Like, Juice Wrld is one of the people that I lost that I really don't open up about losing, you feel what I'm saying? Because it's tough still to this day. It was tough, and it's like that's something where I feel like it shouldn't be. You know what I'm saying? Like in a sense, sometimes in a weird way, I swear I be thinking like it just be feeling like he on tour or some shit. Like that's what I be thinking in my mind. Like, man, lil' bro just on tour on a fucking worldwide tour or some shit. Because in my brain sometimes I gotta trick myself like that. You know, just to be not deep in my thoughts. Like, damn, this little nigga really not here. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know. Sometimes I think like that, though.
No, I definitely understand that. You know, it's funny because I was going to bring this up later, but, like, I think because I mentioned how we don't always get to see, like, you outside of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, interviews, touring, like, just being a rapper, right?
Yeah.
But I recently, which is so crazy, I just watched the Juice Wrld doc on HBO Max, and my favorite part in it was you and him just fucking around with the dirt bikes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you were like, if I was, like, a multi-platinum artist, I'd be spending my money on
I'd be spending my money on other shit, you know? But those the times where, like, off the camera that we shared, like, all the time. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's what our relationship was. That shit ain't had nothing to do with music. You feel what I'm saying? And I knew he was going to be a star from the very first time I heard his music. Literally, the very first time I heard his music, I said it out my mouth. And Mick was right there when I first heard it. I said, man, Shorty going to be the biggest shit ever. This is my first time ever hearing his music. I promise you, that was the first thing I said. And shit, that shit really happened. But like besides that, we was just friends. That's my little brother. Like Shorty was just a pure soul, you know, and that's what I miss, you feel what I'm saying? But yeah, hell yeah.
Long live Juice, man.
Yeah, long live my little nigga, man.
Going back to the Survivor side, so I see the record Shade Room, right? I gotta ask, what is that? Is that what I think it is about?
Yeah, it's not a negative record though. It's
no,
fun.
that's
It's hard.
What I want to know. I want to know what that was about.
I fuck with the Shade Room. You feel what I'm saying? So like that's what, you know, a lot of times as an artist, especially me, I think I got like the most controversy when it come to like blogs in the Shade Room and people want.
You said you do or you don't?
I do.
Okay.
I'm one of the like top when it come to controversy and just my life, anything I post, you know, whether it's my kids, whether it's shit I'm doing in a good light, in a bad light, in a negative light, you feel what I'm saying? And I don't really even be caring, I embrace it, but I'm saying all that to say like Shade Room, one of the only platforms that posts positive shit when it got to do, you know what I'm saying, with me personally.
With you, okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, I fuck with Shade Room, but that's a fire song. Like, it's not even, like, dedicated to the Shade Room.
Right, because, you know, if someone names a song Shade Room, I'm not, know, I'm not sure if it's going to be a good record.
Shade Room gonna fuck with it. They gonna post it.
Right, and then the other one that I really wanted to bring up, too, was Real Rap with Benny the Butcher.
Yeah. For sure, that's my brother. Me and Benny been locked in. People don't know me and Benny did our first song in like 2014, 2015.
Yeah, he's not the only person from. You also got Conway on here.
Yeah, I got Conway on that. You know, I fuck with both of them. You feel what I'm saying? I fuck with Gun. But yeah, like Benny, that's my brother. You know, we locked in, And I said, like, I kept going back and forth. I'm telling Mick, like, yeah, I need Benny and Conway on the shit. Like, I don't even want us to all be on one song. I just want to do some shit with Benny, do some shit with Conway. And then, you know what I'm saying? Just like, because those are top tier rappers, like real live MCs, you feel what I'm saying? And I consider myself one of those. So, and I know when rap is like iron sharpen iron. So just in general, you hearing me on the song with them, you're not even like, a lot of people like, damn, I gotta hear this. You feel what I'm saying? If you love rap, you love hip hop, them gonna be some of the two songs that stand out. Like, fuck, I gotta hear him on the song with these niggas. You feel me? And we held our weight on there, so hell yeah.
You held your weight against them?
Fucking right. I don't even play like that. Hell yeah.
Who came in here once and was like, Benny, wash me on a song? Oh, it was BFB the Pac-Man. He came here, he's like, Benny the Butcher, wash me on a song. He's like, Benny, I'm on your ass next time.
Yeah, you got to, but it's competitive. It's competitive. I'm always like that anyway. I don't give a fuck who it is. I'm gonna try to, like, especially if it's a nigga like that. You feel what I'm saying? Them niggas could really, really rap. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, I'ma always hold my own on a record. And when we did it, me and Conway didn't do our shit in the studio together. Me and Benny did our shit in the studio together. So it's like, it's easy when it's like that because we could go off each other vibe. You know what I'm saying? The chemistry there. We already got a record, and it's like, this my nigga already. So that shit just like, just came out like natural. We did that shit. And that was the only song I played for the next 3-4 days after that. I ain't gonna lie.
For real?
Just had that shit on repeat.
Is it you and Benny going back and forth?
Yep.
Oh, shit. So it's not just like verse?
Nah.
Verse.
Back and forth.
Oh, that shit gonna be fucking
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah.
How's it? I love that you're at a point in your career too where like you're comfortable with being like, oh, I could rap with like anybody.
Hell yeah, I could rap with the best of them. I always felt like that, you know what I'm saying? But it's just really embracing my power and embracing my talent, you know, and that shit make me better. You feel what I'm saying? I want to get on a song with niggas that I know can rap, you know, and I'm not afraid to say, oh yeah, damn. Yeah, I need to tighten up a little bit, you know? I get that motivation from niggas when I hear they shit. When I hear certain artists, it motivate me. Like, I want to go to the studio tonight, you feel what I'm saying? And that's what it's supposed to do, you feel me? This shit's supposed to be competitive like that. And you're supposed to show niggas love and say, yeah, this nigga made me want to do this or this song. Like, when you see niggas, there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, man, I ain't gonna lie. You made me go to the studio as soon as I heard that shit, you feel what I'm saying? That's what this shit about.
Yeah, and it's crazy, like, because you brought up before how, like, even, like, looking from 16-year-old G Herbo to now 26-year-old G Herbo, the different context of what you're rapping and even, like, all the stuff that you've been through. Because it was when Shoebox did the freestyle over Kill Shit, and then I was, like, listening to Kill Shit that same night, and I'm like, and then I'm listening to, like, the last project, and then even going, and then I think literally right after we did that, then you dropped the record with A Boogie, right? Yeah. So I'm, like, listening to, like, all these different eras of you, like, a week.
Yeah, that's
and
funny.
It was so crazy to think about, because, like, I don't know. Shoebox just brought that back to my attention. I started listening to it. I'm like, oh man, because he killed that freestyle, and I wanted to listen to the original one, and it was crazy because I remember a lot of people in the comments were like, remember, this is like the first drill beat too. So it was just like this whole. I went on this whole evolution of Herbo for like a week. I was listening to all this shit.
Bro. It still do that for me though when I go back and listen to my old shit. Like, my bad. Yeah, that's the shit that be like surreal for me, bro. When I hear my old shit and see how much I've grown, that's the shit that make me like emotional and sentimental. Cause you know how you can listen to music and remember like what exactly was going on in your life around that time. You feel me? And when I do that, it make me emotional. Cause it be like, damn, I really, you know, I made that's something to be grateful for, bro. To be able to be in this industry at such a young age, like. Independent. I did this shit on my own. Like, I went through my own trials and tribulations, and I overcame every obstacle that was put in front of me in life and in this industry. I was young, bro. People don't have that. People not really able to be in this shit for 10 years straight and make mistakes and overcome them bitches. You know, it'd be like I just said, this one little, it's over with. Like, niggas, right, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, write you off. And it's like, that didn't happen to me, and I'm grateful for that. And to be able to have artists like Shoebox, a nigga who I fuck with, you know what I'm saying, on some little bro shit, go and remix some shit that I did 9 years ago. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's the shit that's supposed to really mean something in this shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. It must also feel weird when people are like, that's a classic beat. And you're like, I'm only 26.
Hell yeah, but no, it's definitely a classic beat because it's like, hands down, it's one of the biggest records to come out of Chicago at that era. You feel what I'm saying? It's like all of them records. And, you know, when it comes from like dirt, like people got to really realize we all got classic shit, you know what I'm saying, from us being kids. And it it wasn't intentional. That's how shit become a classic, when it's not intentional and it's like staying the test of time. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what you consider a classic.
Right. And it's also interesting watching you guys go from, like, I guess, like, quote unquote at the time being underground rappers to then, like,
Hell
going
yeah.
through the 2010s and then, like, slowly gaining that mainstream popularity to the point now where it's like, you know, you look at the tours you go on, the albums y'all put out, like, it's really crazy.
Yeah.
And then obviously the influence that we talked about before, like, that shit is kind of really cool to see. Because I remember when I was like in high school and I was like listening to y'all, and that was like at the very beginning too,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Cause like New York to Chicago, of course that shit gonna hit here. But then like watching that through me going to college and then me starting like this radio journey and like,
That's
I don't know,
crazy.
just seeing y'all where y'all at now, like that shit is, I think, one of the most beautiful things for me to see.
It is, bro. You just said we the same age, so we supposed to be in high school at the same time. You
Yeah.
gotta think about it. People telling me like, yeah, I was listening to your shit when I was in high school and I was this, and it's like, I be thinking like, shit, I was supposed to be in high school too. I just dropped out. You feel what I'm saying? We the same age. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that shit be crazy. People look at it like I was an adult early on because I was moving like that, but I was a kid, bro. You gotta really think about it. You like a kid with that much responsibility and that much influence and that many resources that early. It's like that's really dangerous. Like them damn near all the tools you need to fail. You feel what I'm saying? So when you succeed that way, it's like you was meant for this shit.
Yeah. Beautiful. I
Hell
think
yeah.
to see where you are now. And like you said, independent too, because I mean, like your point, you have like, you know, you partnered up with labels for these projects, but at the end of the day, you're still
Yeah, I'm
technically
still independent. Yeah, hell yeah.
What is for you this whole time? What has been like because I like asking this independent artists. Everybody got a different answer. What has been like the hardest part of this independent journey for you over the course of this whole 10 years?
Consistency for me, because as an independent artist, especially when you partnering with labels and big labels, successful labels, they got a formula with how they do things. You feel me? And we got a formula with how we do things. So it has to, both of those formulas got to really like align with each other. You know what I'm saying? And it has to align in a way where you can agree to continue what you're doing, to be consistent. Like for me, I'm passionate about my music, bro. I have songs that are probably some of the biggest records that I would have dropped that I never dropped. You feel what I'm saying? So for me, the biggest battle being independent is just the consistency of it, you know, because betting on myself and, you know, spending my own money and shit like that and working like a business, a brand, that's something that I learned over the years that wasn't easy for me to learn, but I learned it, and now it's like, you feel me, it's a system.
Yeah.
But overall, it's the consistency of things. I like to drop music, you feel me? And that's always been my biggest problem with, you know, my growth as an artist, and my fans always seen it, and I've seen it. And to be able to recognize what your main flaw is and still have like a battle with overcoming that has been a big thing for me. But I'm just grateful that I still been able to be successful along the way, and people fuck with me enough to you know, be patient with me when I'm dropping music and shit like that. But yeah, my main thing is really just being consistent, because I have the work ethic and I had to work to, you know, put out. But now at this moment right now, in this point in my career, I feel like I overcame that, you know what I'm saying, that battle, those obstacles, where I don't have to worry about that no more. And I'm in a comfortable enough system, you know, with, you know, partnering with Republic Universal. That I could really like take full advantage of this shit now. Like I could really drop like more consistently. And you know, that right there alone just excite me, just to know what the future holds. It's like, all right, I got this shit now. I could drop for real now.
And you love dropping long ass albums.
Yeah, I do. I do like dropping long albums, but that's only because I be trying to like, I don't know, tell a story or something. Maybe I gave it too much thought, but now it's like,
Nah, don't ever apologize for dropping long albums.
Nah,
we love
hell
them shits,
no.
bro.
Now
Come on.
it's like with this though, like with this project, I feel like this shit is like different from everything else that I put out. You know what I'm saying? Just because the simple fact of it's not one sided with shit. Like, you know, a lot of my albums used to be just one mood. Like PTSD, one mood. You feel what I'm saying? 2-5, one mood. Like my previous project, Swervo, one mood. It's all up tempo shit. Like this is all the above, you know what I'm saying, wrapped in just one hard ass project, you feel me? So I'm trying to have fun with this shit. Like from here on out, I'm just having fun, bro.
Yeah. I also peeped that you did the Bulls Fest, which I thought was
that shit
really
was
dope for you
crazy.
in the city too.
I partnered with the Bulls. You know, we got a partnership now. So I was the first artist to do the Bulls Fest on the roster. That's like crazy to even be like, to be a kid from the east side of Chicago and have any type of partnership with the Chicago Bulls.
Right,
That shit is like insane. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, shout out to the Bulls. The Bulls Fest was crazy too when I came back. Like I didn't think it was gonna be like, I'm not gonna say I didn't think it was gonna be that crazy, but it's just like when you home in Chicago, bro, and you really feel love from your, or not just Chicago, I'm just saying your hometown. When you home and you feel love from your hometown and you see these people that then grown with you over the years, it feel different. You know what I'm saying? And like to have that in an NBA team is crazy. You feel what I'm saying? Like they really treated me like I was family. You feel what I'm saying? They treated me like I was somebody they knew. Like they grown me through my music. You feel me? And that tripped me out.
We gonna be getting some Herbo jerseys soon?
Yeah.
Cause I think about the Drake jersey.
For sure, yeah. I'm gonna get my own exclusive jersey. Don't even worry about that for sure.
Cause I saw that they gotta do like a Herbo night.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. I'm telling you, we're gonna put some crazy stuff together for the city, man. I got a lot of big stuff coming and a lot of ideas like outside of just the Bulls that I'm gonna be like really putting on for the city in a different way.
Word. Well, I love that, man. Well, before we get out of here, in the spirit of kind of everything we've spoken about today, like everything you've gone through, even reaching to these younger guys, whether it be your young guys out in Chicago or my young guys out here in New York, B-Love, K-Flock, all of them who, obviously K's not with us right now. He's locked up. Free K, free YSL, free everybody. What would be your message to them, any young artists watching this right now who might be going through what you went through 10 years ago and just, in this shit?
Overall, I would say be yourself, embrace it, in this industry and being an artist, especially a young artist, we often put a lot of pressure on ourselves trying to be perfect and please everybody. Me personally, I did that, trying to please the industry and be a certain way because you think this is the way you gotta take or the route you gotta take to be successful, or this the route you gotta take to be successful in your hood and do shit for people or do shit, outside of what make you happy. You feel me? And I think when you understand, like, me just being myself and growing pains, making those mistakes and going hard, like, you got to know what you want out this shit as an artist. And by that, I'm saying, like, some artists just really want, like, fame, or some artists just really want some quick little money out this shit. You know what I'm saying? Some artists really want to be legendary. Some want to be the biggest in it. Some want to just do something and go behind the scenes. And, you got to know what you want. And when you know what you want and you wake up every day and work towards that, no matter the distractions or no matter what you think is right for anybody else around you, if it makes sense and it's for you, the people that's around you gonna come into your world and it's gonna make everything you doing that much better and that much successful because everybody on the same page because you the leader and this is what you want for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And, when you have that mindset, it's like it's cool. It's okay to learn from mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes. But when you thinking you got to do shit for other people, it's like the mistakes that you made weren't even mistakes that were beneficial to you. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like you done took extra steps back trying to make other people happy and not yourself. And life too short for that, and nothing is guaranteed. So I would just say be yourself and do you, rock out and go conquer the world. Shit.
There you go. I think that's like the perfect way to leave it. Thank you again for being here, bro. I appreciate you.
Thanks for having me, bro.
Survivor's Remorse. Survivor side is out 10-7. Remorse side out 10-10.
10-10, Survivor's Remorse. Let's get it. Shit gonna be album of the year, man.
Yes, sir. You heard it. Grammys, all that shit on the way. You already know that, though. Anything you want to let the people know where they can follow you at, all that good stuff, now's the time to do it. This camera right here.
Yeah, man. It's G Herbo. If y'all don't know where to follow me at already, man, shame on you, man. But look, No Limit Herbo on Instagram, G Herbo on Twitter, man. Shouts out to everybody that's rocking with me, man. And, I appreciate it. I'm here.
Boom. There you go. All right, so make sure you go stream those, the two parts of the project out, 10-7, 10-10. Go follow him. If you don't know where to follow him, you heard him. Shame on you already. Go run up everything he has out now. Go show him some love. Go show him support. Love and support is free. Y'all already knew that. Till next time, G Herbo on the radar. My brother.
For sure.
Love.
Love, bro.
Boom.